Greetings, I am Maleficious, and I'm back with more of World of Warcraft. Last time, we did a whole bunch of stuff at the secret lab, and now we're out here with Ergll and just shy of level 20. Anyway, let's pick up his quests. Yeah, so a little pick-me-up. Azure Ghost. Azzy? The dragon? We're friends, definitely. Taught me to speak. Say you liked my hue. Kinda colorist, eh? Don't remember where he went. Maybe something to help my memory? I plant coffee plants all over the beach. They like sand. Kinda weird. Could you go collect some? We need 10 coffee beans. Heh, that's clever. Okay, that's just rude. I'd share if they asked. They just go clickety-clacking up my coffee plants. So rude. You should go teach them a lesson. Dumb McCrinny. Kill 10 McCrinny. And absorbent. One other thing I need. Hot water. Not easy around here. Not hot springs, no friends to share. One good way though. Have this sponge. It's ultra absorbent. Use it to go soak vile splashes at the sandbar Lystis. With enough, go squeeze them out over near the tower to summon Jumbo Elemental. He has hot water. Collect 20 simmering water droplets from vile splashes east of ruins of Argll. Alright. But... well, I have my suspicions about Ergll, but... anyway. Well, yeah, I think... was it the... yeah, updates coming up soon. The people who have pre-ordered Legion will soon be able to build, or roll rather. They'll be able to roll their Demon Hunters soon. Sorry about that. And well, I don't know. I still have no desire to play Legion.
Too far away.
I suppose it doesn't help that the only way to get a Demon Hunter is to be either a Night Elf or a Blood Elf, which I don't know. I suppose I'm not that interested in either of those particular races. Well, Blood Elves are a little more interesting.
Not a range.
Although, of course, they've gotten a lot less interesting ever since the Sunwell event at the end of Burning Crusade. And actually, going back to last time, how I talked about Karazhan raiding there, I've actually got something interesting here. Beckett's Massive Online Gamer presents Ultimate Guide to World of Warcraft, and I picked this thing up somewhere after patch 2.3, I think, because this thing is fascinating. It's got it has leveling guides from 1 to 70. Of course, this was during Burning Crusade, so their leveling guide is pretty much irrelevant now. But those were pretty cool. And they also had kind of rough guides to how you should spec your talent points depending on how you wanted to play your class, either in PvE solo or PvP or PvE raiding. And they did that for each of the 9 classes, because of course this was before Wrath of the Lich King. Oh, now that's neat. But yeah, and then the one more thing that this had was it has guides to pretty much every raid. So it has guide to Karazhan, to Magtheridon, Gruul's Lair. It had a guide to Zul'Aman actually, which that was interesting, because that's like it just come out when they put this out, I think. But yeah, it didn't. Oh yeah, it also had a guide for the Eye and Serpent Shrine Cavern. But yeah, it pretty much it let you go up to the point just right before Black Temple and Battle for Mount Hyjal, but it doesn't have guides for either of those. But yeah, the main thing I'm bringing this up is because I was misremembering a lot of Karazhan. So, looking at here, yeah, I was right. The first boss is Ottoman the Huntsman. You find him in the stables. Although, you could skip him if you had the key to the front door. Which, I think you got by, I don't know, I think you had to get Opera. Yeah, someone had to have beaten Opera. Or I think you had to have a rogue with high enough lock-picking skill. Which wasn't always the case, but, you know, considering I mained rogue during this time, and I tried to run Karazhan in as much as I could, and this was before looking for raid existed, so... But anyway, yeah, Ottoman the Huntsman was first, and he's technically optional, but I don't think anyone ever skipped him, because there was a chance he would drop his horse, so everyone wanted to get his horse, which I don't think I ever got. Oh, okay. Absorbent. Yeah, the Ashari Sea Sponge undulates with living water. You've collected all of the simmering water droplets that Ergll requested. Now it's just a matter of summoning the Jumbo Elemental. And hey, level 20, finally! We can learn, yeah, quest accepted, learn to ride. Okay, full of hot water. Ergll indicated that you should be able to use the engorged Ashara Sea Sponge to summon a Jumbo Elemental near the Tower of Eldar to the northeast. Okay, so, no, that's, okay, riding. Find Revi Ramrod, we don't have to return to Orgrimmar. Receive 1 silver 25. Yeah, so we do actually have to get riding skill first, I guess. Anyway, okay, coffee beans around here. That's just route is ready for turn-in. Wait, can we track... Wait. Well, that's odd. Did I not accept? Okay. And once again, I hit I instead of B. I guess I didn't accept it. How odd. Okay, I may have to talk to Ergll again. And I still have to find the more coffee beans. But yeah, that gives me a chance to talk more about Karazhan. So yeah, Ottoman the Huntsman. Yeah, it's kind of a tank and stank, it looks like. But yeah, then Moros, which I got partially right. Because like Moros is accompanied by 4 out of 6 randoms. There's let's see, what is this? Weapons Specialty Warrior? It's listed here as MS Warrior, so or is that Mortal Strike, I guess. I don't know whether that's Arms or Fury. I'm afraid Warrior was not my specialty. Then Prote Warrior, Holy Priest, Shadow Priest, Holy Paladin, and Retribution Paladin. So they randomly picked 4 out of those 6, along with Moros. And so if healers were up, you had to bring those down first. Like, usually you save Moros for last, because... I don't know, he's kind of the weakest. So he could go down... You could bring him down kind of quickly. Okay, yeah. Then it lists Opera House as next, and I got this all kinds of wrong. Because, it explains all 3 of the encounters, actually. And it's got here, first, the Big Bad Wolf, and what I forgot about this was, I suppose, the most interesting part. It's like... Because every... what is this? Yeah, every so often... Yeah, apparently about every 30 seconds he does an AoE fear, but periodically he'll turn one of the raid into Little Red Riding Hood, and whenever that happens, that person has to kite the Big Bad Wolf all around, because whoever's Little Red Riding Hood, the wolf will aggro onto, regardless, like the wolf will reset his aggro table and immediately aggro onto whoever's Red Riding Hood with a massive amount of aggro. And basically, whoever is Red Riding Hood has to run away from him and kite him all around, because if they get hit, they're pretty much dead. yeah, positioning and aggro management is key to this fight. Every 30 seconds an AoE fear, which, considering I was an undead rogue, I had Will of the Forsaken, which could break fear, and I also had the PvP trinket, which could break certain immobilizing effects such as fear. So yeah, that was interesting. Yeah, rogues and hunters can vanish if FD. Oh no, wait, feign death. Okay, for hunter, yeah, if they become targeted, or if they become threatened. Well, that doesn't sound right, but well, eh. And then yeah, Wizard of Oz. Yeah, it was kind of right. You fight Dorothy. You fight Strawman, Dorothy, Roar, and Tinhead. And Dorothy can summon her dog. Like, apparently 30 seconds after she spawns in, she summons, yeah, her faithful pet Tito. So I got that. And then after you defeat all 4 of them, you fight the Crone, who can summon a chain lightning and tornadoes. So yeah, I kind of got that right when I was talking about it. And then, but then the other encounter, Romulo and Julianne, I got that wrong. Because, yeah, first you fight Julianne, then you fight Romulo, and then you fight them together. And I got that part right, at least. I remembered that you had to bring them down relatively... In the third phase, you had to bring them down in close order to each other. But anyway... Yeah, basically Romulo's a rogue, and Julianne's a frost mage, I think? Or no, wait, no, she's a priest. Or holy priest? Well, sort of. A powerful yeah, holy fire... But yeah, then the next thing they list is Maiden of Virtue, which, yeah, it's really not. But I remember that it was done. I remember that much. Yeah, a cross between priest and paladin, but she has no healing ability, so it was easy enough to kill her. Okay, now pick me up. So tired, it's hard to concentrate. Beautiful beans. They smell absolutely delicious, don't they? It's just rude. Too mean? Nah, not too mean. They deserved it. I don't gum up their plants. Not ever. Okay, yeah, full of hot water, so we'll have to defeat the Scalding Water Lord. Okay. Well, do this. Hopefully... Oh. Yeah. We didn't get any skills for leveling to 20. I guess. Yeah, no. But we'll get Rupture at 22, which finishing move that inflicts bleed. That'll be kind of nice. Oh yeah, Apprentice Riding, C, Trainer. But yeah, Main of Virtue. Main abilities are Holy Fire. And... let's see. But she doesn't target people in melee range, so that was an awesome fight for melee classes like me. And then, yeah, her Holy Wrath spells like a targeted Holy Nova. Every 30 seconds or so, she uses Repentance to deal about 2,000 damage to everyone and stun the whole raid up to 10 seconds. Yeah, this feels like a tank and spank. Yeah. Yeah. And then, yeah, then after that, they have the Curator, and that... I kept calling that the Menagerie event, but no, the boss is called Curator. And yeah, I forgot about the part where you could, like, the big thing was there's a whole bunch of mana creatures in there, which you have to clear out first, of course, because you always clear trash first. And then, but those, like, if you stood near its corpse, casters got a buff. Like, they regenerate mana faster or something. But, yeah, that's... yeah. Looks like it was kind of tank and spank. And then next is Terestian Illhoof, which was what I called the Satyr boss. Yeah, that's... yeah. That was pretty easy. Yeah. And at the end of their description for this, they say, everyone wants the crazy squid hentai staff, am I right? That's amusing. Okay, so I'm here, I have to use the sea sponge. And boom. Summoned by a fumbling goblin, unbelievable. Just for as stupid as we grind state. That was easy. Okay, globe of boiling water, extremely hot to the touch.
One-shot mages